Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video, if I can speak, is going to be a get ready with me talk through of the Jaclyn Hill vault palettes. So I purchased the Jaclyn Hill vault palette last week, and I've used it about a total of 3 times. The palette that I got the Armed and Gorgeous one, and I picked this up from my local Ulta beauty store for $15. So I've used it a total of 3 times. Today I'm gonna do a get ready with me and just kind of talk you guys through the palette that I purchased. So if you're interested in seeing this video, just stay tuned. I'm gonna go and do my eyebrows and all that stuff off camera, and then come back when it's time for eyeshadow, and then give you guys my thoughts on the palette. All right, see you later. Okay, guys, so I'm back. My eyebrows are on. I'm ready to move on to eyeshadow. So the palette consists of, let me get my palette and show you what the palette consists of. So the palette consists of this really gorgeous white packaging with these silver specks. I am not a huge fan of white packaging. White packaging gets dirty, but this is like a glossy box, so it is very easy to wipe off. So when you get it, you get this big old mirror, hey, in the inside, and then you have your colors down here. So you have a gorgeous array of neutral, warm tone colors. And then you have this one cool tone silver sparkly. This is the only color in the palette that I do not like. Being a brown skin girl, that ain't gonna do nothing but make my eyeballs look ashy, in my opinion. So this is the only color that I do not like. The one thing I have noticed about these shadows, the matte ones, is the pigmentation is lacking. For how vibrant they look in the package, the pigmentation is lacking. So the vibrancy in the package is very deceiving, because on my dark skin tone, the pigmentation is lacking. So I'm going to prime my eyes with concealer. I'm using the Fit Me concealer in the shade 40 Caramel. And then I'm going to use my fluffy brush, and just blend this out. So I have applied these shadows 3 different ways. I've gone in like I normally do, where I apply my concealer and then go over my concealer with like a flesh tone color to kind of set my concealer. I've applied it just straight on top of the concealer, and I've seen not a huge difference. So I'm gonna go in with the color Agent as my transition color, and I'm using my Sigma E40, which that name has changed because I bought these brushes back when Sigma brushes were just coming about. So I'm gonna put this above here in my transition area, and so as you can see, kind of dusty. There's fallout, but fallout is normal. I mean, there's sometimes when there's an excess of fallout that's not normal, but fallout don't bother me, because I just take the brush and I just, we gonna pick all that up. We gonna put on eyeball. Okay, that's what we gonna do. We're not gonna be like, oh my gosh, I've lost 0.002 ounces of shadow. Unacceptable. That is utterly ridiculous. So I'm not really carving it in here. When I'm using my brush, I'm just kind of doing a light sweeping, tapping, trying to get as much pigment on the brush as possible. So That's one thing that I've noticed, is that the shadows are a little bit dusty. And not dusty as in the fallout, but like dusty as in like the pigmentation. It's a more muted color than it's in the palette on my eye. Now, I don't know if this will work better with the Morphe primer, because on the display in Ulta, they had the Vault palettes, they had her other Jaclyn Hill palettes, and then they had some Morphe palettes on the bottom with the Morphe eyeshadow primer. So I don't know if it'll work better with the Morphe eyeshadow primer, but I shouldn't have to buy a separate primer for eyeshadows to work, in my opinion. So, moving on, I'm going to take a more dense blender brush, which is dirty and broken. So if this breaks off, y'all don't be coming for me. And then I'm going to go in with this color Smooth Criminal. And I'm going to concentrate that mainly more in my crease area. And we're just going to blend this on through. So out of all the matte shades, I would say that Smooth Criminal is probably my favorite. I do like Smooth Criminal. That gave me more pigmentation. So I would say the more that I use them, the more pigmentation I've seen to be getting. So I don't know if there's like a coating that you kind of have to break through to get the true pigmentation of the shadows. Like when they pressed them, there was some type of like outer coating. That's a thing sometimes with shadows. You have to like scrape off that top layer. So I don't know if that's the case. But one thing I have noticed when using this palette is that when I first put it on, that I really am enjoying the results. And then I feel like by the end of the day, those colors and the intensity that I work so hard to build up by putting on layer has diminished. So, for example, I used Top Secret. This is like an olive green color on my lid. And it was nice and dark and vibrant when I first put it on. But by the end of the day, it had kind of diminished to where I could actually see my eyelid underneath. I don't know what kind of sorcery's going on, but I know that's not right. It ain't right. And I packed it on with a flat shader brush, and I packed it on about 3 layers worth, so it should have did right for me. I am by no means a professional with the eyeshadow, okay? But I've been putting on eyeshadow for a couple years now. Baby, that ain't seem right. Okay, so I am now gonna go in with a, let me clean it off first, you know. A flat shader brush that's dirty by Sonia Koshak. Okay, get that excess shadow off. And I think that I want to use, I think I want to use Classified again. Classified is really pretty, and it's like a darker antique gold. So I'm gonna go with Classified on the lid. So I'm gonna use my Sonia Koshak flat shader brush. And why not? Let's like, okay, let's do this. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we are gonna use Classified dry, okay? Because when I used it the first time, I used it dry. And I used too much. You see that space? That's how much I use. So I used that much, and I just kind of put it as like a topper to kind of like, I don't know what I was doing. So I'm gonna swirl it in there. And so that's how much is coming off on the brush. So, you know, it looked like it might do something. I might have to wet it, girl. Okay. So I'm going to close my eye. And I'm going to tap. Okay, girl. Okay. Okay, girl. So with one eyeball closed, this is cute. And I'm just gonna, you know, we gonna tap. We gonna tap it up in there. And we gonna see what your girl can do for your girl. Okay, girl? So, already when I'm tapping my brush in Classified feels different. Classified kind of feels like spongy, like a sponge texture. It kind of reminds me of the sponginess of the ColourPop Super Shock shadows. If y'all ever, you know, dealt with the ColourPop Super Shock shadows, which I absolutely love, by the way. And we're going to stop halfway because I'm going to use a darker shade to deepen this up. Okay? Okay, girl. So now I'm going to stop. Right? Okay, let me stop. Let me wipe this off just a little bit. And I'm going to see, ooh, I'm just throwing paper towel in y'all face and everything. So I'm going to use my setting spray and just dampen my brush. Wipe off the excess dampness. And then go in with Classified on the other eye to see if we get any difference, any like intensity difference. Because you know, you said you wet your shadows. So when I wet the brush, it basically, it's kind of going on like a wet paint. But the intensity does not seem to be any different. So it's cute, guys. It's cute. Y'all ignore my hair. I'm looking for a diva cut specialist because it's just ungrown into this, like, whatever. I do have to say that I prefer it wet because of the way it goes on. It seems like it's staying in place better. Because one thing I don't like about glittery eyeshadow is that you put it on, and if you look up or look around, you got glitter all up and through there. So now I'm going to take a more tapered blending brush, and I'm going to go in with brow. That's how you have to say it. You want to use it. I'm going to go in brow because I'm going to be on the brow. I'm going to church, ain't prowling nothing. And I'm just going to put that in the outer corner. Okay. Brow is in the outer corner. I'm going to go back with my blending brush and just kind of like blend, blend, blend. Blend, blend, blend. Y'all, I can't see without my glasses, so I'm looking at the screen to see what I'm doing instead of looking in my mirror. So that's why I'm not looking at you guys directly. So, because I still have places to go. And I don't want to look like a complete idiot. The matte shadows are still doing what they were doing before. Kind of chalky, little less. I think so. The basic synopsis of this whole, you know, chalkiness is that when you first get the palette, there might be like this initial coating on top. You got to get that first layer off, and then once you get the first layer off, there's pigmentation, better pigmentation underneath. I've kind of noticed that the shadows kind of lose their intensity the longer I wear them as the day goes on. I don't know if it's because I'm not using a sticky enough primer, or there's some type of sorcery cast onto this palette. I don't know. But that's what I have been noticing, is that the longer I wear them, the more the pigmentation seems to wear off. So I'm going to finish up my makeup and come back and tell you guys I'm gonna do my eyeliner, my foundation, my concealer, the whole kit, bang and caboodle, and then come back and show you guys the finished look. Okay guys, so this is the final look. This is what she's looking like. My glitter has transferred up there, but you know, what can I do? Nothing apparently. So this is the final look. This is what the eyeshadow is looking like. Like I said, I can't stand that glitter that gets up there. Like, go, bye, away. But that's just glitter for you. That's just that shimmer shadow that messes you up every time. So, thoughts on the palette. Packaging, 1 out of 5. I give it a 4.5 because I don't like the fact that it's white, but she did make it a glossy box so I can wipe it off. So packaging, 4.5. Color selection, 5. Like, these colors are freaking gorgeous. This can create a number of looks, neutral looks, all that. I even gave it a 5 because of this white shimmer color that I will never use. But the rest of the colors are gorgeous. Color, 5. Pigmentation, initial pigmentation, I'm gonna give it a 3 because it was halfway there. But like I said, there's like this top layer maybe that's on here that you have to get off to get better to get better pigmentation. So pigmentation now, I'm gonna give it a 4 because I've only used it 3 times. So maybe the more that I use it, the more of that top layer that'll come off, the better the pigmentation will be. Fallout, I'm gonna give it a 3 as well because there is fallout. It's a little bit dustier of a palette. But like I said, fallout does not bother me, so I'm not really worried about fallout. As far as the glitter shadows go, I can only speak on Classified. That's the one I've used. I love Classified. Classified has more of a spongier texture than the other shadows, so I think it's like a more, I guess, foil than a glitter. These two seem to be glitters. This seems to be something different. It seems to be very creamy. So, yeah. Price point, great price point, $15 for a palette, and you get 6, 7, 8, you get 9 colors. Yeah, 9 colors. Can I count? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Sorry, can't count. You get 10 colors. Decent sized pan. Pretty decent pigmentation. I do like the palette. Will I go back and buy more? No, probably not. I don't think I would buy the other 3. I think I would just stick with the one that I have. But overall, I mean, it's a good palette. I like it. I'll keep using it because I did buy it. I'm not going to return it because of the few issues that I had. But I suggested you guys go to your local Ulta, pick up the palette, try it out yourself, see what you think, see how you like it, and make your own decision. Let's just say that. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching this Get Ready With Me Chatty Sunday video. I'll see you on the next video. And also, don't forget to leave me a comment. Tell me what you think. Don't forget to subscribe and share my video so other people can see what I think. All right? Bye, guys.